Hi, I'm Clifton Warren, and welcome to the Top Producer Podcast Series. Today we're talking about pipeline management, how to build a great sales pipeline and convert that into clients. So what is a sales pipeline? Well, it is really the future of your business. It should consist of your future great clients, your ideal future great clients. Now, there's some things that should and should not be in a pipeline. Firstly, a pipeline should contain your ideal targets of opportunities. These are the types of businesses, types of clients you want to work with, and you've obtained them by referral, introduction, or you're proactively reaching out to them. It should contain people you have met, have had discussions with, or as I said, actively pursuing. But before building your pipeline, or make sure you maximize it, you want to have a sales process in place that makes sense for your business. So here's a suggested sales process you might want to consider adapting for your sales pipeline. Step one is prospecting. This is how you attain leads, referrals, introductions. Step two of your sales process is relationship building. That is building your trust, credibility, and rapport with a prospective client. Number three is the presentation stage, and that's where you're making a compelling case on why a prospective client should go with your firm, go with you, use your services. Step number four is handling concerns and objections. This is answering questions that clients may have. And by the way, you should be prepared to handle all of these. If you've been in business for more than 3 or 4 months, you probably have heard every objection that's likely to come up, so there's no reason not to be prepared. Number five is the follow-up. Occasionally, a client's not going to be ready to go ahead for various reasons. They might need to be nurtured, or the date needs to be delayed. Number six is the close. That's simply asking for the business. And number five, the most important part, asking for referrals. That's asking for introductions, the names to friends, relatives, or other businesses, colleagues, and so forth. So that's a 7-step sales process that should be part of your sales pipeline. And so that when you put a name in, you know exactly where someone is. If someone's at step number 2, you know that you're building trust, capability, and rapport. If something your pipeline is at stage 5, that's the follow-up. There should be an active date on there. You're going to follow up with that particular individual. And of course, stage number 7 is the referral stage. By having these steps there, it makes it easy to track individuals in your pipeline. And by the way, your pipeline consists of individuals. We sell to individuals whilst they're attached to a business or organization. We can't sell to General Motors. We can't sell to FedEx or to Coca-Cola. We can sell to a particular buyer in there. So your pipeline want to have the names of the buyers in there, as well as, of course, you can have their business attached to it. Now, you also want to make sure that your pipeline is flowing and not clogging up. So the first tip is make sure you have quality over quantity. Don't just sit there and grab a bunch of names out of Yellow Pages or out of the newspaper. Instead, you're much better off having a pipeline with 5 names on there and then 500 names of junk. So quality over quantity. Next, you want to make sure you eliminate dead wood, dead leads. Quite often someone's not interested, not willing to go ahead, or whatever the case may be. We keep their name on the pipeline in case of hope. No, clear those names out. You want a pipeline that's clear, realistic, and accurate. 3, regular review. I suggest weekly reviews. For large organizations, this might be every other week, but you want to sit down, look at the pipeline. If you have several individuals in your business with their own pipeline, that's a time to have a meeting, work out what stage each prospective client is in the pipeline, what needs to be done to move them down the stage. That leads me on to the next step, is have clear next actions. So every name in your pipeline should have a clear next action. If someone's at the prospecting stage, the clear next action should be about building trust and capability. What needs to take place for that to happen? Is it a coffee? Is it a brief introduction meeting? Is it a Zoom meeting? What needs to happen there? And just like at number 3, when you're presenting a compelling case, what needs to happen there? Hopefully that's going to be a formal presentation meeting or strategy meeting with the prospective client. So have clear next actions for every name, what needs to take place in your pipeline. And finally, proactive management. Proactive management means don't wait for prospects to call you. They're not going to call you. Your pipeline needs to be actively managed by you, and only you can do that. Have those clear actions, moving people in and out of the pipeline on a continual basis will ensure that your pipeline keeps flowing, and more importantly, is delivering a steady stream of new clients along the way. And finally, how do you maintain your pipeline? There are several options here. You can use a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet. That works fine. However, that can be messy if you have more than a few dozen names on there. The best step is to use a good contact management system. And there's plenty to choose from out there. Free versions to paid versions. You can use Microsoft Outlook. I have no vested interest in any of these. I've used several of them along the way, but you need something to be able to track your prospects in your pipeline, each step, and have dates locked to that. And finally, this is for people that like to use CRM or they have a CRM attached to their business. Separate CRM from contact management. Your pipeline, your sales pipeline is contact management. Your CRM is a very complex beast, best served for existing clients. Too many firms try to do everything at once, and what happens is you get tangled up and nothing happens along the way. So keep your sales pipeline simple, review it often, and if you do that, you will have a steady stream of clients and you'll be driving growth regardless of the economy. I'm Clifton Warren. Thanks for listening.